Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I've went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money. And the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment. Plus, I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it. But I think $100 a week extra for spousal support would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him as him doing the harassing.
Oh, if you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that. You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said, my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that. So
you said your wages?
Yeah, my wages.
Okay.
Are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever, and he makes good money.
Men need to stop putting themselves in situations where they risk losing half of everything they've worked their entire lives to build. The worst decisions often come from the mindset of, it happens to others, but it won't happen to me. It's astounding how some women will end the marriage but still expect to stay married to the man's wallet. He's not responsible for you, doesn't owe you anything, and you're not entitled to any raises or success he achieves after the divorce. Yet some still go to court demanding more money, attempting to drain his pockets. It doesn't matter if he's the wealthiest man alive. You're not entitled to his success. The system might support such expectations initially, but reality eventually sets in. Once the marriage ends, so does his obligation to take care of you.
I raised his children. I entertained his friends. I kept the house clean. I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week, maybe.
Okay.
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty, be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
Well, I have rent. I'm still making the payments on the house. We, before we got divorced, we had it redecorated, carpet paneling on the outside, siding on the outside, all kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, I got food. My car's paid off, but, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. You can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I'd go out from time to time, that takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago, outside of spousal maintenance, were you awarded the home?
Yes, I was awarded the home. And he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay. So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. That's a financial burden.
Well, okay, so you went down on hours.
Yeah, my boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
And the insurance for the car, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
When you all were divorced, did he have a 401k in existence? Yes. And this is Texas, which is a community property state, so I'm assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
yes,
I don't think
no,
that should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely...
You're divorced. You're now strangers to the man you were once married to. You got your share in the division of assets, and that should be all you're entitled to. Nothing more. How is it even possible to receive spousal support when you're no longer a spouse? That relationship ended the moment the divorce was finalized. Yet, here she is, collecting an extra $115,000 a year simply because she was married to him, and still having the audacity to claim it's not enough. If your income isn't sufficient, find another job instead of leeching off the man. It's infuriating to see greedy women reduce men to little more than wallets or height requirements, while accusing men of objectifying them. Losing his house, half his assets, and even his 401k wasn't enough? How entitled can someone be? It's mind-boggling how someone can walk into court and demand even more money when they've already received a significant settlement they didn't truly earn. Where's the morality in that? Where's the dignity, the self-respect? Greed like this is not just unfair, it's disgraceful.
This every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I mean, I'm not, my age, I'm not going to find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped in this life.
And Ms. Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time because I cannot give you an increase in spousal maintenance just
$50
because
a
you're
week?
asking for it. No,
Just
ma'am.
25?
Even $5. The answer is no. So is there anything else that you needed from me here today? Because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase from his wages.
Well,
If that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
people need increases. I mean,
Well,
women
and
living
you-
on their own, I mean, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
It was a nice piece,
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
about $250,000.
It's sad how some people, even after divorce, still believe their ex is responsible for their financial well-being. Child support from both parents makes sense, but spousal support after divorce? Unless one party was abusive or did something seriously wrong, it shouldn't exist. If she's so concerned about his raises, maybe she should have stayed married. It's refreshing to see a reasonable judge set boundaries. She even admitted to being uneducated, which might explain why she's struggling financially. But instead of complaining, she should focus on self-improvement. The world is full of opportunities. Night school, online courses, and free platforms like YouTube can help anyone build new skills and find better jobs. The world is changing, and it's time to adapt. Turn off the TV, stop complaining, and start working on yourself. It's never too late to grow and succeed.
Men who have taken a break from dating, what positive changes have you experienced?
You ask a great question, so let's talk about it. And ladies, let's be clear. Unlike the Panda Bears, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. First, men save a ton of money. Money that they can then invest in themselves rather than wasting it on expensive dates trying to meet the ridiculous expectations, high standards that today's women have. Next, they have more time and energy. Trying to date today is mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausting for men. Men have found that by walking away, they can go do things that they enjoy instead of wasting hours swiping right on dating apps or trying to get the attention of women, most of whom think that they're entitled to a 10 when at best they themselves are a 3, 4, or 5. And finally, when men give up on dating and relationships, they find the one thing that they want more than anything else. The thing they rarely, if ever, get in relationships with women. They find peace and happiness. The bottom line, ladies, is this. You can keep doing what you're doing, blaming men for anything and everything, or you can take responsibility for your actions. Acknowledge that your expectations of perfection are completely absurd and take accountability for the way you've mistreated men all these years. The choice is yours, but let's be very clear, ladies. Until you decide to choose the latter, the reality is more and more men will continue to walk away, and the likelihood that you'll end up alone is only going to increase.
If you enjoyed this video, I promise you'll enjoy this next video. I will see you there.
And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW Voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.